Hi YouTube, this is Chad and Steve. We're the co-founders of the site, and we just want to say thank you. Today we have some exciting news for you. We've been acquired by Google.
Yeah, thanks to every one of you guys that have been contributing to YouTube, the community. We wouldn't be anywhere close to where we are without the help of this community. Thanks a lot.
We're going to stay committed to developing the best service for you. Developing the most innovative service and tools and technologies so you can keep having fun.
In order to understand YouTube, you need to first understand where it came from and how it was started. You need to understand that this was just a pet project started out of somebody's pizzeria in California in an upstairs apartment. You need to also understand that the video sharing site is responsible for almost 400 videos for every 10 minutes of the day. You need to also understand that content that's been released here needs to be regulated, and you also need to realize that not everybody is partnership material. So please, make sure you listen to everything I have to say here, and I hope it gets through to everybody. I really want people to understand why it is YouTube has decided to take the steps going forward in the future, and in hopes to help you guys understand that not every YouTuber is created equally. In order to find out why YouTube is making its rules the way they are, we need to understand why those rules are being in place. We also need to understand that YouTube as a company needs to find a way to make advertiser-friendly revenue income streams here on YouTube, and not just one, but multiple ways of doing so, utilizing the YouTube Red services and paid subscriptions. We also need to understand that as Google has taken over, they have spent billions of dollars on this platform, paying out major creators to keep this site going, not to mention being able to select advertising from many different companies to be put on these videos manually if you're a partner program channel, and how that actually hurt us in the long run. With advertisers pulling out and monetization going down, we have to understand a few things. What's causing this? So let's go with the first couple of reasons, starting with this. Reason number one. That's right, you too could become an MCN or a partner, or even better, an affiliate of an MCN, and then turn it into an MCN and become an MCN yourself. That's right, you could become an MCN of another MCN. That is exactly how Freedom ran this, and that is how they did this. This was one of the main reasons that Google decided to go ahead and do away with the network and sub-network contracts through Freedom. There were so many people that were running around here with MCNs, you didn't know who was official and who wasn't. Hey, join me. I offer you. Join me. Please join me. I'm official. Go ahead and join me. Please join me. Please join me. Please join me. It was around this time that Google wasn't making any money. There was a lot more channels on the site that weren't creating the content that they were supposed to. They were established well into their partnerships with their friends in the MCNs. Videos weren't being created. There was no regulations on what was going on. Money was being drained out of this site like you wouldn't believe. Advertisers were leaving based on the fact that there was too many channels to keep up with and not enough quality channels to put their content on. So what did Google do?
Execute Order 66.
Alright, so I guess it's pretty safe to say we should go off into reason number 2. So, you wanted to become a partner? Well, it's your lucky day, young YouTuber. You get to sign up for free to our YouTube video sharing service, and guess what? You don't need to have a video. You don't even need to have a view. In fact, on us, you get to become a partner right off the bat, so that way we can encourage you to put videos out there. Unfortunately, this did not work. It was a great idea, and you know what? It was really nice of them to do that to some people. But unfortunately, we were still suffering the same situation that we were suffering with the sub-networking to network with Freedom. We were still suffering in the sense that we weren't getting the quality content. We were getting inactive channels still signing up and not knowing what they wanted to do, so their videos just stayed stagnant. You got channels here that have been here for a long time. They don't even want to make videos anymore. They maybe done 2 or 3 videos, and that was about it. In other words, there's not enough content to keep up with advertisers. And that was a lot of the issues that we were having with Freedom Network. And not just Freedom, but companies like Freedom that were doing the whole sub-network to network thing. And for some strange reason, Google still sought it to be necessary to give out free partnerships. And I honestly don't think that was really smart on them. It still hit them in their wallet. It still cost them a lot of money. It sparked one of the most toxic communities on YouTube, and yet we are still unable to get this stuff under control. They were doing a full automation so that way they didn't have to put their hands into it. They just allowed an algorithm to do the job for them. A lot of accounts got false flagged. A lot of good video content creators actually got deleted by accident since the last update. And I find that a little odd how that worked out, when you still have these stagnant channels still just hanging around, not doing any videos, not doing any quality content whatsoever. And yet, they were still giving away partnerships. Man, back in my day, YouTube was a really hard thing to get into. You actually had to work for it. You actually had to put your best effort into it. You didn't have 1080p 60 frames a second back then. It was 480 by 640 or something like that. It was rough. H.23 codec, the whole 9 yards. You're talking about something that was really, really rough, and that is something that we all had to work with, and that is what we used. And that's how we got our partnerships, was because we were doing our best with the bare minimum of what we had. When you remove all the stipulations and the situations, and guess what? You remove creativity, you remove critical thinking, you remove the very things that makes YouTube great. And this is going to be off to reason number 3. Before I do continue to reason number 3, I'm going to say this is the most depressing part. This may not be a video portion for everybody to want to watch, and I don't suggest you watch it if you perhaps get a little sad, because this is going to be a sad part, and I don't really want a lot of people watching it, but if it hits a point home, then I really hope it helps you guys understand further as to where this is all going. Alright, now one of the major reasons why major corporations and companies have decided to pull out from the YouTube monetization. This is one of the biggest reasons as to why it's hard for a lot of smaller YouTubers to grow, and they don't even realize it. Death videos have been uploaded to YouTube since the very beginning of the site's creation, even to crazy weird fetish porn, all the way to just grotesque, nasty things that you can find in the darkest webs of the corner of the world of YouTube. And it's the main reason why we can't get monetized when we even mention some of this stuff. Companies and corporations, they don't want to see their stuff posted on an ISIS video. They don't want to see their stuff posted on a sexual fetish video. They do not want to see any of these things, let alone put their marketing behind it. This is why YouTube has had to do what they've had to do. They've had to bring back corporations because they lost millions, if not billions of dollars, just on the loss of marketing. These companies or corporations invest a lot of money into advertising across many different platforms, and YouTube is but a small fry amongst all the ones that they actually invest into. We're talking about foreign marketing campaigns that don't even exist here in our own country, and well, most of these companies are from here. You're talking about just crazy amounts of marketing that they invest into Microsoft alone. We're talking about Gmail, like Google. They don't just invest into YouTube, they invest into Google themselves. They are shareholders. They have a large stake in what these companies do. And the last thing they want to do is invest another few $1,000s into a YouTube video for marketing. Why should they? Nobody wants to see these horrendous ass videos being posted on YouTube. Nobody wants to see this. These companies don't want to see this. But this is also where I have an issue with YouTube. Instead of carrying a hands-off approach, they should have been going in and removing these videos right off the bat. There's still, quote-unquote, a dark side to YouTube. There is still a problem. There is still an issue where these same companies who claim they don't want to put their stuff on a death video or an ISIS video are still putting their stuff on a CNN video covering those very things. So, what is it that's going to be happening? What is it that YouTube can do to remedy this? They can remove those channels. I don't care if CNN or ABC or Fox News has invested a ton of money into YouTube. YouTube needs to relegate everything on an equal level. If you're going to go ahead and tell us, the users, that we can't talk about these things, we can't even so much as put a screenshot of one of these thumbnails on here, then the companies that bought into you should also be under the same stipulations regardless. Last I checked, your rules do not say unless an affiliated or partner. I don't remember seeing that in the rules. It could be wrong. They could have changed it. But death videos have been around for a long time, and it's taken YouTube one heck of a long time to go ahead and move forward of getting rid of them. But the problem is they didn't stop there. They actually went ahead and continued to allow toxic channels to exist. That their entire money-making scheme on this site is to literally just belittle and put down other people based on stupid gaming opinions, political opinions, religion. It doesn't even matter at this point. It's the fact that the toxic community that exists is part of YouTube's fault for not caring enough, for not going ahead and putting their hands into the fucking mud and getting dirty. Actually stepping up to the plate and doing their jobs. No, instead they want to put an algorithm out there that erases a whole lot of people's channels that did nothing wrong. And for what? Just to show how unequal we are to them? This is the reason why I have issues with YouTube. I don't care that they went ahead and made it harder for a lot of, partners, people to get partnered. What I care about is we all get treated on an equal ground regardless of our growth, regardless of our numbers. The only thing that shouldn't be treated differently is the marketing. For instance, I shouldn't be getting a bunch of high-end product to review when there's somebody with over 300,000 plus subscribers who cover the same similar things as myself and they're being skipped over. That shouldn't be happening. That's one thing I don't believe we should all be, treated fairly on. Review products and games should not be that. But everything else, like the rules for instance, yes, absolutely. And let me know what you guys think. I put a lot of time in this video. And I'm going to go ahead and do my final thoughts on the overall video just after this. Hey guys, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you so much for watching this video. I've spent a lot of time on this. This has been a little bit over a week's worth of work. I've been trying to gather some footage here and there, and I think it, for the most part, came out really, really good. And I really hope you guys are able to share this amongst yourselves and try to get as many people to watch this and see if we can get more people active on what's taking place with YouTube. Overall, though, I will say this. I think a lot of people are trying to cry wolf when you go to their channels and they say, oh my goodness, I'm not a partner, what's going on? Or they're saying that, oh, they're just pushing us back down, we can't get partnered. Look at those people's channels and then find out why they're so upset. Partnership should not be something given out, and it should not be something that can be so easily received, especially if it's supposed to be worth receiving. Somebody once said that if it's anything that's worth getting for free or receiving, may not be worth it at the end. And to a degree, I believe that's true, and at least at this point, I do believe it's true. When you give out partnerships like they have, it sort of takes away the hard work and all of the dedication of that channel. A lot of people here upload videos every day, and they get maybe 1 or 2 views a day at best. And it's some of the best content you'll ever find. And then you see these channels coming up, and you know what? Like, they complain, they gripe, and all they do is shoot video and upload it, and they think that they should be at 1,000 views. And it just doesn't work like that. So what do? They start a Patreon account and tell people, please support my Patreon account, because guess what? I'm too lazy to make good content, and I need the money. So what should we say about the person that does good video? He only does 1 view, if at all any views. What should we do about them? I think we should be supporting those guys. Those are the guys that are really doing the work. To hell with anybody that goes ahead and cries about not getting a partnership and they don't want to work hard for it, because that means they never really cared about YouTube in the first place. Let me know what you guys think. I appreciate your guys' patronage. Please thumbs up the video if you can. Share it out as much as you can. And let people know. YouTube isn't something that you just get for free because you feel like you're entitled to it. It's something that you got to work towards. Something that you have to really, really fucking want and put in hours and dedication, even though you might have the littlest payout in the end. This isn't meant to be a easy job for anybody. I've been working at this shit for years. I know. I've been here since the beginning.